Hey trainers, Professor Pokemon here, aka Alakazam, and I have some more Pokemon magic for you in this week's video. I have been running a team in the Ultra League Premier Cup featuring Alakazam, one of my favorite Pokemon, with a Razor Leaf Roserade. I think a lot of folks have forgotten that Razor Leaf is a very powerful move for this particular Pokemon. There's a lot of excitement about its Community Day move, Bullet Seed, but Razor Leaf is still a very viable move. And my basic strategy here is to try and trick people out of getting rid of their shields, or of course taking down their Pokemon if I can, and then using Charizard to sweep endgame because Charizard is very, very strong with shields. Now, this actually turned out to be a favorable matchup here at the beginning because Alakazam has Fire Punch, which is double super effective against the Escavalier, and I was able to take it out immediately, so that was pretty great. Now that they think that I have Fire Punch, I go ahead and build all the way up to a Shadow Ball. So you can see the Ghost type attack being built up there, and they let it go through, thinking probably that that was going to be a Fire Punch. Well, at this point, I don't need Alakazam to do any more damage. Alakazam has done its job, so I go ahead and let it go, and we can immediately bring in that Roserade. Roserade can potentially beat other Roserade using its Weather Ball Fire move, but in this case, the other Roserade, due to the fast move, was going to accrue energy a little faster. So I decided we could just switch, and Charizard should have no problem taking down a Roserade. Roserade is very weak to those Fire Spin attacks. And the charge move just needed to chip away health. I could rely on the fast move to actually finish off the Roserade. So Dragon Claw was more than enough to accomplish what we needed to accomplish there. Okay, so we will be taking out the Roserade with that last Fire Spin, and even if the Swampert finished off the Charizard, that would be no problem because Razor Leaf is going to do enormous damage against the Swampert. So they did shield the Dragon Claw. We don't have to shield against their charge move. That would have been fine. We still could have won with Roserade, but they did decide to go ahead and concede the match. So that was a good game. That was fun. And I've really been enjoying using this particular strategy because a lot of people don't use Alakazam, even though I think Alakazam is great. And most people are running Bullet Seed on Roserade, so they're used to having a lot more time to be able to, farm it down and defeat it because they're getting hit with weaker moves. But that fast move, Razor Leaf, is just doing so much damage. Look at how much it did to that Tyranitar just with a few hits. So this is a pretty good situation. They go ahead and bring in a Venusaur, and we have Weather Ball to do super effective damage against the Venusaur. You can also see we've done a fair amount of chip damage using Razor Leaf. So we can produce some offense against other similar Pokemon as well. They're going to be able to farm us down, but that's okay because we've done a lot of chip damage against that Venusaur. So now is the time I should bring in Alakazam. Yep, that's right, because we want Charizard again for the end game. Charizard is going to have the best chance against that Tyranitar. Even though Tyranitar is going to be tough for this team. If the Roserade is out of the picture, then Tyranitar is going to be really difficult. But that's okay. We have a strategy here. I'm going to start by throwing these Fire Punches at Venusaur, so that worked out. And I'm just going to start throwing Fire Punches at Tyranitar as well. So we're going to be doing a bit of chip damage here, and the idea is just to get Tyranitar low enough that the Charizard can come in and finish things off. So I do make it to another Fire Punch. Fortunately, Tyranitar does not charge all that quickly, so that gives us some time to build up energy. Alakazam actually charges really fast with Psycho Cut. A lot of people run other moves on Alakazam, but I like Psycho Cut because, it gets to the charge moves so much faster than almost any other Pokemon. So here I build all the way up to Blast Burn, and then I use Dragon Claw to try and bait the shield, and I was able to actually get that away from them. I am going to have to shield this and just hope that we can farm down and have enough energy left to hit that Tyranitar before it is able to work to a charge move or launch that charge move against us. So it's already very low. We just need Dragon Claw, but even if it's overkill, I'm throwing Blast Burn. There's no shields left in play, just making sure that we are taking out that Tyranitar. So it was difficult, it was a team effort, but I was able to overcome that Tyranitar using a combination of fire-type moves. They were all doing resisted damage, but we pulled it off in the end. So that one was tricky, but it was definitely a lot of fun. Again, I'm coming in with the same strategy for this particular round. I'm going to have Alakazam on the lead, and the idea will be to try and trick people into thinking that I have different types of moves. So here, we actually end up on a lost lead. That's going to be really difficult, even using Fire Punches to finish off that Alolan Muck. And this is a pretty bad situation as well, because you can see how much confusion is doing against the Roserade. But again, look at how much damage Razor Leaf has done, and we are able to get a shield. So this is not a completely lost cause. We are able to get our opponent in the red even while they are doing super effective damage to us. And now Alakazam can come in and throw that Fire Punch just right off the bat. It's either going to force a shield or take out the Gallade. We did get that shield. This is going to require us to use a shield as well in order to finish off the Gallade, but I'm hoping that I can just Psycho Cut them down. Oh, I guess I decided to throw the charge move instead. Well, I wanted to make sure that we didn't lose another shield. Went ahead and threw the charge move. And we do have a little bit of extra energy up, but I decided to go ahead and let it go. Alakazam is very glassy, so it was going to have problems winning the end game, but Charizard can actually come in and it can beat this Alolan Muck with a Blast Burn. We just needed a little protection there. I decided not to shield here because I know that Dark Pulse is actually not going to take us out, and I tried to overfarm a little so that we would have energy for whatever else they had to throw in the back. I was very worried that it might be something like a Swampert, which is why I wanted to save that shield, but it turned out to just be a Sirfetch'd, so we took out most of its health using Blast Burn, finished farming it down, and now we have another Blast Burn ready to go. This is going to do lots of damage to the Muck, and it should be enough for us to sweep the end game here. Again, that was a really fun match. The idea with those, with Alakazam, again, is you put it on lead, you use Fire Punch to either bait shields or do super effective damage, depending on that lead. You can use Shadow Ball to trick people, but the whole idea is just to get shields. Usually the best strategy is to just let Alakazam go to take those charge moves, and you can do so much damage using Razor Leaf, Roserade, and Charizard in the back. Those two are really great game closers. So we come across a pretty good situation on the lead here with Alakazam versus Machamp. They decide to switch out. They're probably unsure of what charge moves we have. So I went ahead and used all of that energy to throw Shadow Ball because I wanted to do as much damage to that Swampert as possible. Made an aggressive swap into the Roserade so that I could catch the charge move, hopefully a Hydro Cannon, and it was indeed Hydro Cannon. So now we can just Razor Leaf them down, and that eliminates the Swampert while we still have all three of our Pokemon remaining. And now they have exposed the fact that they have an Abomasnow. So I am able to get to this Weather Ball that's going to do super effective damage against the Abomasnow. They're definitely going to want to shield, but they do not. So they survive. They have a charge move, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and let Roserade go so that I can come in with, I think it's Alakazam. Yep, Alakazam, and we can Psycho Cut down and have enough energy left to launch against this Machamp. I don't have to build up to Shadow Ball. All I want to do is start chipping health away so that it is possible for Charizard to use Fire Spin to just use the fast move to farm down the Machamp, right? I do have another Fire Punch ready to go, so I might shield this. Okay, didn't shield it because it was just a cross chop. That's why it's a good idea to count those moves. Knowing that it's a cross chop meant that we could survive and go ahead and launch off that Fire Punch. I did get the final shield. They have used up a lot of energy, so I can use both shields to protect myself until we build up to that Blast Burn. Definitely don't want to take a Rock Slide that is going to near one-shot a Charizard. Yeah, so blocking that Rock Slide was really, really important. Honestly, we can just go for Dragon Claw at this point, don't even have to build all the way up to the Blast Burn. We have done enough chip damage with Alakazam and with the Fire Spin move on Charizard that we can just farm down. So that was another fun match that also worked out the way that I had kind of hoped, putting Alakazam on the lead and then putting two very strong fast move users in the back. So I think that's a great strategy to have something that charges up really quickly and can attack very aggressively in the front, and then have a couple of things that have strong, fast moves in the back to make sure that you can just farm down whatever your opponents have. So this team was a lot of fun. I hope that you've enjoyed watching, and I will bring you some more Pokemon Magic video content to let you know about my adventures in the Ultra League soon.